If you're like me and you compose music for games or movies or really anything, you know how often you're composing based on some tiny sliver of a vibe. And sometimes you don't even get that, but usually I get to compose off concept art. So, in order to keep my skills fresh, I thought to myself,
After all, why not? Why shouldn't I?
Compose original music based off concept art I found online. So let's get into it. To start things off, I wanted to pick the image that I was going to base things off of. So I wasn't looking for anything too fancy, so I just opened Pinterest and searched for concept art, scrolled through, found this really cool looking windmill picture. I saved it and I moved on. When I was looking at this picture, I really wanted to do something that fit the general vibe of it, which to me was reading as like homey and cozy, a little bit of adventure built into it. I already had some ideas in mind of what instruments I wanted to use, but I wanted to add some sounds that felt like it fit. So I went to freesound.org, which is an absolutely amazing tool for sound designers and composers, and I picked out some miscellaneous wood sounds. I already had a drum rack from the previous project that had some wood and building sounds in it, but I wanted to add some more using the freesound stuff. Also, while I was editing and adding the sounds, I found this amazing wood-fire stove sound that I felt like fit the opening vibe perfectly, so I layered that as a bass track and built off of it. When it came to starting the actual composing, I knew that I definitely wanted strings and orchestra to come in at a certain point, but I seemed to compose easiest on the guitar at first, so I messed around and laid down some opening ideas. Yeah, I know. There's a lot of mistakes. Anyway, moving on. And then I started adding strings. Sorry you can't hear this part. I was still trying to figure out some software issues. I'll skip to when I solved it. So already you can hear things are coming together. The two guitars are layering nicely. Back when I tracked them, I decided to do a rhythmic background layer with a lead layer over it. And I've put in some strings, which you can hear now. I'm using the free BBC Symphony Orchestra from Spitfire Audio because I'm broke, but they serve me well enough so far. You can also hear the drum track that I laid down. These are all audio samples from Freesound that I added onto the Ableton drum kit that I had. Works pretty well. I had a lot of problems here. I slowed down the tempo and I wanted to add a change of time signature because I really wanted to capture the feeling of adventure that I feel like is definitely here in this picture. It's a very fantasy windmill. It is cozy, but it's also dark and stormy. It's on a cliffside. It's very interesting. So I really wanted to have a pivot. You can see I have a little marker there that says call to adventure. So my goal was to make a separate section that is adventurous and less cozy, or at the very least a faster tempo. And after that, it was just polishing up, finishing composing, automating some volume, fleshing out some of the chords, and that was it. I'm pretty proud of this piece in general. I think it turned out really well. I love the art. Shout out to the artist again. Yeah, let's listen to the full thing.